This video was sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Ooh, so consuming blob is quite good. Sort of makes Tarmogoyf tokens, more or less. It can be kind of weak if you're not milling yourself effectively, but blue-green especially is good at milling itself, and it's good in most decks, even if you're not like trying really hard to make it work. It just generates so much value. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty easily the pick here. I don't think of it quite like a bomb. I think I gave it a B+ in my set review, and I feel like that's where it is, but I also haven't played with or against it yet. Eaten Alive is really good too. It's probably what the pick would be if we didn't have Consuming Blob, but we're going to take the Blob here. The Blob. The main reason it doesn't quite feel like a bomb to me is it's a little finicky. You know, sometimes you're going to have it be a 2-3, and your opponent will have no problem killing it. And you don't always get the value. So, okay. So, Diagraph Rebirth is interesting. Black-green has been kind of a bummer color pair too, overall. So I don't love taking it here, especially when there's a Shadow Beast siding, which is a great mono-colored card that fits this deck's theme reasonably well. Like, you know, we want stuff in our graveyard. Shadow Beast siding has flashback. Yeah, I mean, I think Shadow Beast siding is probably just the best card in this pack anyway. You know, Chaplain of Alms is pretty nice. Rite of Harmony, not so much. But yeah, I think we probably take the Shadow Beast siding. Okay. So, interesting pick here. So we've got Moonrager's Slash, which is excellent. You know, one of the best commons. Overwhelmed Archivist is also really good, though. And it also helps us load our graveyard, which looks like we're heading in that direction a little bit. Locked in the Cemetery is not bad either, but I would take Moonrager's Slash over it. You know, you do have to take into account that red's not an awesome color, like when you think about these decisions, and, you know, you shouldn't avoid red altogether, but I think Overwhelmed Archivist is good enough that I take it over the Slash here. There aren't a lot of formats where that would be true, but I think it's true in this one. Okay. This pack's not a great one. Vengeful Strangler may be the best thing we've got. You know, these two cards are okay, but far from amazing. Same for all these white cards. Yeah, I think we'll take Strangler here. Okay. Well, Gavony Dawnguard still being here this late is a pretty big signal. I think it's what I pick up here. It's way better than everything else in this pack. You know, it draws you cards basically every time it triggers, or it gets pretty close. Red is not as bad as blue in the Dungeons and Dragons set, no. Okay, well, I think Silversmith is the best card here. I mean, with the caveat that Delver is a pretty nice build around, but I think we take Silversmith here. Feels a little like white might be pretty open to get back-to-back Dawnguard, Silversmith. They're both pretty nice creatures. Dawnguard's definitely a bigger deal than the Silversmith, but the Silversmith's pretty key in most good white decks I've seen. I'm hoping we end up white-green, but just based on the quality of our two green cards, but we'll see. It's not like blue-white's a bad place to be. So there's a Kessig Naturalist. You know, red-green's not amazing, but neither is this pack. You know, Bounding Wolf's okay, Unruly Mob's okay. I'd probably take one of those. This definitely has a higher ceiling, but I think these are both decent enough that I'd take it over that card. Mob is especially good if you've got a lot of tokens and graveyard nonsense or sacrifice things going on. Bounding Wolf is kind of always mediocre, so it probably has a higher floor but a lower ceiling. Okay, I like Search Party Captain still being here too. We just got beat by this card because we had like no way to interact with it. It's not that good, but we did lose to it. So I'd probably take the Griff. It's fine. A little bit of Graveyard Hate, decent flying body. Probably take Cathars here. So it feels like we're black-white. I mean, green-white, but we'll see. Well, I'll grab Burn the Accursed here. It's way better than these other cards, so... None of that stuff was especially good. Yeah, I don't really want any of these. I'll grab Return to Nature. Well, I guess it's more likely that I play like one of these than it is Return to Nature, basically, so... you know, if we're going to be trying to self-mill, maybe we want... Ooh, that is not what I wanted. What's happening here? I had a lot less time than I thought I did. I don't know how much of a difference it would have made, but tapping at the window might not have been bad in our deck, but... You know. So probably Clear Shot here. Great removal spell. Yeah, I think we definitely take it. I think I would even take it over the rare normally in this pack. Pack one, pick one, so... So going 3 colors in this format is a bit tricky. Generally, full-on 3 colors is probably going to be worse than any 2-color deck, just because your mana will be incredibly inconsistent on average. We do not want Stuffed Bear in there. So the answer is mostly no, but if you pick up enough Evolving Wilds and stuff like that, it's doable. There aren't that many drafts, I think, where things go so poorly, though, or you just don't see the cards you want, so you have to go straight up 3 colors. I just don't see that happening that often. So we got another Sludge Monster here. It's pretty good. Oh, we did get a tapping at the window. I don't know what happened. I must have picked the next card. So yeah, Sludge Monster is not bad. Bereaved Survivor is not bad, but definitely better in black-white. Silverbolt, quite good. Not quite good, but it's decent. Oh, we do have an Eccentric Farmer. I'd probably go there. It's just, you know, it synergizes with our blob for one thing, but for another thing, it's just a good card. It typically just draws you a card. I mean, Sludge Monster is definitely the best card in this pack, but yeah, I think we take the Farmer. A little bit of self-mill is good in this deck. Strong stuff here. Cathartic Pyre, Siege Zombie. I'd probably just take Shadow Beast Sighting here. So we definitely need to improve our curve. That's one area where we could use some help. Yeah, I'm probably going to take Morning Patrol here. I mean, the more self-mill we get, the better these kinds of cards get. And I think it's a perfectly fine card anyway. Cathars are too, but we've got a decent number of 4s already, although, you know, Search Party Captain's not really a 4, but it's a fake 4, you know. Another Shadow Beast sighting. Probably, yeah. I'll take him. Dawnheart Rejuvenator. So that can open up some opportunities to splash. I could also kind of use removal. I don't have anything that great to splash at this point. We've seen some cards that we might have tried to splash if we had fixing, but I think we probably have to take Silverbolt here. We need the removal. Okay, another Eccentric Farmer is good. I think with 3 Shadow Beast sightings and we're getting some cards with Disturb, I think the Farmers are quite good. I think it's better than Ritual Guardian. It does sort of fix for you in a weird way, in the sense that it sort of digs you deeper into your library and helps you find lands, but I wouldn't quite think of it that way. I think we grab another one here. I mean, they're great with the blob. The one thing we do need to pick up is a way to get things back, because we don't want to mill our blob. So this might be a deck where we actually want that Dryad's, whatchamacallit. So I think maybe I want Bramble Armor more than I want another tapping at the window. It does have Flashback, which is a thing. But it's just not that great. I mean, I think I'd rather have the Bramble Armor here. Okay, Reef Survivor's fine. We definitely need some 2-drops. Some more of those would be helpful. But I'm liking the look of our deck. I mean, I think normally blue-green is the deck where you're doing a bunch of self-mill with Eccentric Farmer, but given that the cards we have, I think it's going to work out okay. So yeah, I mean, the thing this deck needs is to pick up some good 2s here. I think that would really pull it all together. Some 2s, and I feel like we should be able to wheel any cards that let us... I mean, we might even consider the card that lets us shuffle cards back into our library the way our deck looks right now. So there's a couple of cards that basically no one wants that surely we'll be able to pick up one of, I would think. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Wow, that's a late Siege Zombie. We'll grab the Grizzly Ghoul on the off chance that we, you know... Yeah, black is pretty open. I mean, these cards aren't great, but they're playable. Like, I guess if we end up with enough fixing, we might play Grizzly Ghoul. We're nowhere near it right now, but... Though, like I said, Eccentric Farmers is sort of kind of fixing. Okay, so this is the kind of thing we could splash that would be interesting. We need the fixing. We saw one early, but now that we're milling ourselves a bunch, I think we're kind of interested in Diregraph Rebirth. Especially because this pack's only other real card that we are at all interested in is Morning Patrol, which would be nice, but if we pick up like one Evolving Wilds, you know, plus the 3 Eccentric Farmers, I think we would be in business for splashing. And it would be nice to splash because, you know, we don't want to lose our blob forever. So, yeah, I mean, the rest of this pack is not good for us, so I think it's worth picking that up there. So, I was talking about this card. Gives us a way to shuffle things back into our library. And it's tempting to take here, but I think it'll wheel. The other awkward thing here is that Hound Tamer is really good. And we don't have any 2-drops, and so I'm sort of tempted by Harvesttide Sentry, but I think Hound Tamer is good enough. We just have to take it. This format's not so fast that you're like dead if you don't play 2-drops, but we definitely need a few more of them. That's for sure. Okay, so another Eccentric Farmer, Bird Admirer. Yeah, another tapping at the window. I'm kind of leaning towards Bird Admirer. It's looking like we're going to be a long game kind of deck, and Bird Admirer is good there. No 2-drops, huh? Well, we're going to grab a Rejuvenator. It's good for our mana. Duel for Dominance. It looks reasonably good in our deck. I mean, yeah, we have enough decent-sized creatures. Come on, 2-drops. Okay. Oh man, this pack. We keep seeing these packs that have like nothing in them, and then it's like, here's a pack where you want everything. Like I would love Evolving Wilds, or another Bird Admirer, or a Timberland Guide, or a Candlegrove Witch, or even maybe Ritual of Hope. But we're gonna take Candlegrove Witch. I think it's a little better than the Guide. I think we already have enough fixing between the Rejuvenator and the Farmers to splash Diregraph Rebirth. So I feel okay about that. So we'll take the 2-drop. We don't need the Wilds desperately. I think we needed 2-drops more than we needed Wilds, basically. Yeah, I mean, okay. Yet another big creature. All right, so here's another Rejuvenator. So I guess we're good on fixing. I'm very worried about our deck's curve. It just hasn't really panned out great. I could have taken Ritual Guardian there, but I think I'm okay with doing that. It's not like we don't have 3s. I mean, we have a lot of 3s. We just don't have any 2s. Okay, I think we want one Turn the Earth in this deck, crazily enough, because we don't want to, you know, lose our Consuming Blob or some of our other cards forever if they get milled. All right, well, should we go even deeper on Eccentric Farmers? We don't have as much synergy as I would like for the Farmers, but we have some. We have enough. Yeah, it has. It is interesting about Unruly Mob that it's always showing up. Oh, I'll take a really late Bird Admirer happily. So I have mixed feelings about this deck. I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's going to be fun. I'm a little worried about our distinct lack of 2-drops. We really don't need tapping at the window. Eccentric Farmer is going to be our main way of milling ourselves. Don't really want Bramble Armor. But yeah, we have no 2s, which is not good. I think we can get away with only 1 swamp. We are going to need to run 16 lands, I think. So, like, I mean, we do have Shadow Beast sightings. Those are going to be pretty nice to mill. But yeah, we need to cut some things. Some of our more subpar cards, which we certainly have some of. Maybe. Yeah, Bereaved Survivor's not going to be great here. That's a pretty easy cut. We did get 2-drops in the end, and I guess playing Silverbolt on turn 1 is okay-ish. So we may even be able to go down to 1 Rejuvenator with a Swamp and 4 Eccentric Farmers. I don't hate that plan. I kind of think we need the Griff. It's not great, but it gives us another thing, you know, to have as a decent finisher. I mean, reanimating, it's not going to feel great, but it's better than it could be. I guess we do have that Grizzly Ghoul, but I don't think we really want to splash that. So yeah, the concern is, you know, normally when you mill yourself and you're trying to splash is like, hey, what happens if I mill my 1 swamp? But the answer is here you have Eccentric Farmer. So that's the answer. I mean, is the Silversmith going to be that good in this deck? I guess it seems all right. Maybe the Cathars aren't great. I mean, we're not really going wide that effectively. It is an okay thing to reanimate, I guess. Oh yeah, self-milling is definitely normally more with blue-green. I mean, I said that earlier in the draft. But we ended up in a weird place in our draft where we ended up with all the Eccentric Farmers and a Consuming Blob. And that means, you know, if blue had been open enough, that's where we would have gone, but it was not, generally speaking. Do we need Broodweaver? Not really. We've got 2 Bird Admirers, and they're just better. So I think we can cut a Broodweaver. Three Farmers might be a reasonable place to go. What a weird deck, you know. Running Turn the Earth is strange, but we need to make sure that if the blob gets milled, we can get it back one way or another. So I think probably we cut the Cathars. And do we cut 1 Eccentric Farmer? I think Silversmith is going to be good enough in this deck. I mean, we don't have, you know, a bunch of 2-drops, so it's not going to be, like, super crazy, but it just comes down and it's going to have a real impact most of the time. But yeah, I think 3 Farmers is probably plenty in this deck. Although, we do have some very real payoffs for milling ourselves, so I'm not convinced. I mean, we could definitely could have used more. I kind of feel like we want to hold on to 4 Farmers. Silverbolt's a nice thing to have in terms of card types for our blob, incidentally. We have a nice mix of instants and sorceries, too, which is good for our blob. But yeah, cut 1 more card. I don't think it's the Rejuvenator. God, maybe it is just a farmer. I mean, Unruly Mob's not good in this deck, but we need the 2-drop pretty badly. Silversmith, yeah, okay. I think we'll cut a farmer. Is that what I want to do? It's just like I would much rather cut Unruly Mob in basically every way. Maybe I just bite the bullet here and cut a 2-drop and leave in our 4 farmers. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, I think we're gonna see a lot of eccentric farmers in our opening hands. And we've got one here. On the play, this isn't too bad. Farmer into Silversmith is perfectly reasonable. Sets up a decent duel for dominance, too. Alright, so we are up against a more aggressive deck, clearly. Let's Farmer here. Rejuvenator and a couple of lands. I guess we'll grab the Forest. So red-white aggro, not a deck I've seen come together super frequently in this format. Alright, so yeah, play Silversmith, get a couple of 3/4s. Don't think we attack here. They have pretty good double blocks. These, and, you know, yeah. Yeah, 3 toughness is very real on those farmers. That's a card, you know, everything that's a 2/3 is a little better in this format than in most because of zombie tokens. Just sort of holding them back. Alright, so I think I may attack here. We're going to have another 3/4. Attacking seems fine here. I mean, I could duel for dominance. They have 1 red mana, so they could, if they had like the red burn spell, it would end up being a 2/2, which wouldn't be great for us. But yeah, I think we attack here with Silversmith. Not a bad thing to reanimate, incidentally, the Silversmith, like in the late game. I could even use duel for dominance to blow up a double block here by having my farmer fight one of them. That might just be better than playing the Griff if that's the... If they gave us that option, it probably would have been. But I think we just play our Griff. We don't get to hate on their graveyard at all, but that's okay. I don't think we want to lose anything. Thank you, though. Having 4 farmers means we're going to find our blob like every game, and it's going to be big like every game. And I think that's pretty good. Our army of 3/4s. We're very far away from Coven. But 3/4s fight pretty well, even without a counter. One of our sources for black is in the graveyard, which is a little bit of a bummer. Hostile to the graveyard. Man, we do not want more lands at this point. Alright, Soul Guide Griff is going to attack. I think we just end our turn. I mean, that 4/4 is a little bit of a problem, and the Candlegrove Witch is actually going to have flying, but we could fight it if we really wanted to. We've had enough lands. Give us our blob. I guess he wouldn't be amazing, but 2/3s are good. And duel for dominance is about to happen one way or another. So it'd be a 3/4. I probably can't really duel for dominance here aggressively on that Candlegrove Witch. I think we just take the 6 here. The reason I don't want to duel it is they have a bunch of mana up and could have all manner of tricks. What I want them to do... Oh, that's gross. So if they double spell here, we could be in trouble. Could be in trouble. Although their werewolf will shrink is the good news. So I think I'd probably kill the flyer. They could just rummage here if they don't want to. Yeah, and that is what they're going to do. We've got 1 red mana up. They could still do some serious damage to us, cause us some problems here if they have the 1 red mana burn spell, but it is uncommon, so. All right, so let's kill the flyer. Oh boy. That is not what we wanted to see. Yeah, so they chose not to double spell, so their werewolf would stay big. I don't really think we can attack anymore. We can really get blown out by combat tricks. Or, you know, maybe they'll just play Borrowed Time, which is pretty bad news for us. We don't have a Cathar Commando, which that would have been a nice 2-drop to pick up. So, there's a very real possibility they have a trick, but I think double blocking is our best bet here. If they have a trick, we probably lose. If they don't have a trick, we're in okay shape. We do have to not draw more lands. Oh man. I mean, I'm happy to draw removal, but it's kind of a bummer to draw it in this order, but, you know. Okay. Well, I'd probably just kill the foragers, and I'm probably just going to do it right now. If I wait, they could have, like, burning effigy and stuff like that, so I think we just don't attack. Come on, Blob. Or Ooze, or whatever you are. Ah, crap. Okay. Double Borrowed Time is not good. Ooze off the top. Let's do it. Draw a clear shot. Yeah. Okay, that didn't go very well. So yeah, if I'd drawn that bow first, I wouldn't have had to double block that thing, and that would have been nice. But, you know, they had 2 borrowed times anyway, so yeah. That was rough. Double Borrowed Time even probably would have dealt with our Ooze before it would have won us the game anyway. Okay. Looks pretty good on the play. Man, where was a Shadow Beast siding? It would have been pretty formidable on the board in that last game. Our opponent's having a quick start. Uh-oh. That is not a card I really want to see at this stage of the game. I'm going to play the Farmer. We need to hit our 4th land. And it does it for us. That's good. I don't really want to see that either. This isn't going well. Opponent is doing some scary stuff early in the game in a removal-less hand. Interesting. 1 white mana? Oh. They can tap Catilda for mana. Okay, clear shot makes me feel better. But it's kind of a question of, what do I use it on now? I mean, I can't use it immediately to kill Smoldering Egg unless they block an attack from my Eccentric Farmer. I guess I'm going to attack, see what happens. Yeah. I probably kill it. Not loving life right now, though, overall. I don't mind that they had to do that. Yeah. Alright, things don't look as bad as they felt like they did there for a second. Yeah, I think we just play the Shadow Beast Sighting here. Might just spam Shadow Beast Sighting a little bit. Would have been nice to draw land and exile that, because it's going to help them draw out of their problems. And that's what I would have done if I had a 5th land, but we didn't have it, so. So, you know, Electric Revelation on its own would have done enough to transform their egg. So I'm glad we did what we did. Alright, so we definitely attack with our 4/4 here. They can double block it and, like, pump the wolf. But it doesn't really seem worth it for them. It's not ultra likely they can get anything back with... In their color pair. I mean, they might be able to. Maybe I should just... Yeah, we're just going to Soul Guide Griff. We're just going to be safe here. We're going to play Soul Guide Griff, and we're going to exile that creature that can end games easily. Greetings, Milky Jade. Alright, well, I'm not too alarmed about that. A little more alarmed about that. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna attack here. So I think we just slam another 4/4 on the table. They seem to be causing them some problems, so... Goodness. Yeah, once you get all these humans in play, that card starts to be absolutely bonkers. It's a pretty good draw here. I think I probably just swing with both of them. And I can use the Bolt to really mess things up and then still play Search Party Captain in my second main phase. Yeah, so I think we blow up this double block with our Bolt. I mean, we could kill Catilda instead. She is about to start putting counters on everything, isn't she? Yeah. Maybe we want to kill Catilda in retrospect. Which of these creatures do I want to kill? The Reach creature doesn't bother me as much as... I guess if it transforms, it's more of a problem, but... So yeah, I basically have an option here of... kill both of these creatures, or let them have Catilda, who will start putting counters on everything. So I think we have to kill Catilda. And yeah, we'll end our turn there. Glad I did that, because their whole board getting massive wouldn't have been good for us. No attacks at all, huh? Kind of didn't expect that. Yeah, that transformation is bad, obviously, but we can double spell our way out of it. So yeah, I think we probably play Eccentric Farmer here. Hey, there's our swamp. Definitely grab it. And then we play Bird Admirer. And we end our turn. It's going to be tough, I think, for us to punch through this, unfortunately. We're going to need removal. They're getting rid of my Eccentric Farmer. Unsurprisingly. I think their plan is to get rid of my Eccentric Farmer anyway. Is it worth blocking it a different way? Probably not. I guess if I didn't block, they would have had to pay the mana. Okay, well that's not that big of a deal. Okay, well, we can reanimate something. I don't currently think we have... I guess our Griff is pretty good on this board. But it's not that great because they have Bird Admirer. So... yeah... I guess attacking with my 4/4 here isn't bad. I have an endless army of them on the way, so I'm going to attack here with our 4/4. Yeah, we're down with that. And then I think I'm going to play Search Party Captain, and then the other Shadow Beast Sighting that's in our hand. I'm feeling a little better now about this game. With everything transformed, it got a little scary for a second, but I think we're going to be able to win a long game, and I think that's going to be what this is. And yeah, we'll just play another Shadow Beast Sighting from our hand. And pass the turn. So they're probably just going to have to pass their turn to transform. Which is obnoxious. But not the end of the world or anything. Okay, they didn't transform, which is good. That means we can just attack with both our 4/4s, and look what we drew. All right, so yeah, we're going to rumble in there with both 4/4s. Then the blob should seal it for us. We can even reanimate it if we want to. And then, yeah, blob. Makes a 5/6 every turn. Tarmogoyfed. All right, so they get their transformation there. I think we probably swing out here. I have Diagraph Rebirth, so even if they kill our blob, I'm not that alarmed about it. I'm not sure they survive the swing anyway, but they might have something that lets them survive. Yeah, I don't think that does it. Alright. That's much better. We got all our Shadow Beast Sightings in our blob, and I think most games where that happens, we're probably gonna win. If I had to guess. This deck is well equipped for abusing the blob. We just need to find it, which with 4 eccentric farmers should happen. Most games. Okay, it's fine. Us not going first is going to be bad if they play a 2-drop, but I'm hoping they don't. Fingers crossed. They don't, so I don't feel too bad about it. Probably play Dawn Guard first, just because if day and night start shifting, tends to feel pretty good. It also lines up really well against that creature, so... We're not desperate to hit our 4th land either, because we already have it. Good old Ward probably causes them a little bit of a problem here. Probably not a huge one. Most things, like if they want to put the candle trap on it, I mean, they can still play it. Okay, so do I want to play Silversmith or just Shadow Beast Sighting here? I could also blow things wide open with Clear Shot. I probably attack and threaten Clear Shot if they... I don't have to threaten. I mean, I just use Clear Shot if they double block and get the 2-for-1. That seems pretty good. Not amazing, though, against Morning Patrol. Yeah, I think we just cast Shadow Beast Sighting and enter a turn here. Since they get a card back, basically, or half a card, or whatever you want to call it with Morning Patrol, it didn't really seem worth it to me. Pretty nice thing to steal. For sure. It's not amazing for us. I think I'd probably attack. And yeah, we threaten the Clear Shot thing again. The only thing that might be nice here is to play Soul Guide Griff to exile their creature, but I think I'm just going to attack here and see what they do. If they just take it, the Soul Guide Griff plan is where we go. Yeah. Yeah, Cathar Commando would have been nice for sure in this deck. So we're going to take the 4 here. So they passed, which means probably they get to draw a card. Their deck's probably not, like, super well equipped for Dawn Guard, but I imagine it hits something still. It hits something way often. Yeah, they got a card out of it for sure. So, all right. So I think I attack with both of these. I could play Silversmith first, which is pretty spicy. That is pretty spicy, isn't it? But in case something crazy happens, I think I'd like to have the Clear Shot mana up. So I think I'm just going to attack with them both in their current form. Like Nebelgast, Intruder, or something. There are things that could happen here that I don't want to deal with. Okay. All right. So I think we probably just play an Eccentric Farmer here. Might play both. Probably will play both. The only bad news about me double spelling is they probably get to draw another card. Well, that's kind of nice. I mean, I don't love that we mill Duel for Dominance, but getting our swamp back and milling the thing that has flashback is pretty good. So I could Clear Shot that stupid Dawn Guard, except I can't because it has... Yeah, never mind. So I think we just play another Farmer. We shift things back to day and night, but There's our blob, so that's obviously what we want to reanimate. Hopefully they can't do anything about that. They may be able to, though. So that went pretty well. I mean, those mills went pretty well. The only thing is they're playing blue, and we have to be a little careful. That Lunarch Veteran's real annoying. We have to be a little careful about trying to do it when they have like 1,000,000 mana up. That's not fun. So they're going to take out our blob here. What jerks. They might take Rebirth, I guess, if they're more worried about that. Either way, they're jerks. They take Rebirth, so we still do have one card that can shuffle our blob back into our library. So that's good, but yeah. I think I would probably double block Gavany Dawnguard if it attacked me there. Okay, so I think I rumble here with both of these. I guess maybe playing Silversmith first makes sense, but we still have Clear Shot as an option. Yeah. I think we'll attack with both of those. So I guess they can attack next turn and then exile something else if they want to. That's worth remembering. I'm not like a strong believer in the supernatural to answer your question, but I do believe there are plenty of things we can't explain. I don't believe I can explain what they are. Like, I don't believe for sure that things are ghosts or aliens or whatever, but you know what I mean? All right, so we're going to go ahead and fire off Clear Shot here to give this +1, and then what do we kill? That is a good question. The Sun Gold Sentinel can be a serious problem. And Gale Drifter is a pretty small flyer that I'm not, like, super alarmed about. I think we want to kill the Sentinel. Because it can gain protection, hexproof, unblockable, all kinds of nonsense. So I think we kill the Sentinel. So we get a great 2-for-1 here. That's a pretty big blow against them. Then I think we play Silversmith. I mean, playing the Bird Admirer would give us something that can block, which is cool. Block in the air, I mean. But the turn I play the Silversmith, I can make a more educated choice about what I put the counters on anyway if I'm doing it pre-combat. Yeah. Let's go with Admirer. Okay, so Silversmithing here seems pretty good. A counter on the Griff and the 4/4 is pretty potent. So I think we're going to try it. They may have some sort of thing they can do, but we likely get to keep one counter, so I wouldn't be super alarmed. So yeah, like, they could double block our creature, but we're going to get another one back from the graveyard anyway, and our Soul Guide Griff will still be doing its thing, so I'm not too alarmed about that possibility. Like, they could double block with both of their creatures who come back, but I'm not too broken up about that overall. Could also block like that. I think I probably want to kill the two larger creatures. Yeah. So we'll drop them to 5 here. Ah, startle. We do still get to kill Morning Patrol at least. But yeah, that makes things a little more palatable for them. That's for sure. Yeah, they're starting to get some silly value over there, and that's not good. That's not good at all. And they can even block Soul Guide Griff pretty effectively now if they want to. Ooh. Oh, never mind. I don't know why I said ooh. It's not that good here. So yeah, I can force a double block, but that doesn't seem great. I probably just rumble with my farmers and my Gavany Silversmith here. Seems pretty reasonable to me. They all have pretty good attacks, and they're at 8, so... I could have swung with the Griff, too. So, yeah. I mean, you know, they're going to gain life no matter which half of that card is doing a thing, so... And then we'll Shadow Beast Sighting. Yeah, the life they've gained in this game has done a really good job of making them not dead. And they're about to gain more. We both milled ourselves significantly. They've done it a little more, though, based on the number of cards left in their deck. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a really good play for them. Wow. Okay, well, we're done attacking. They're just going to gain 1,000,000 life at this point. Oh, good. Denick. Just what I wanted to see. Things have gone sideways in a hurry here. I guess our opponent did draw like 1,000,000 cards. We need Blob. That's what we need. And actually, we can't shuffle it back in because of Denick. So... that's not good. That is not good. That's spicy. I think we probably just take... oh, no, it's got Vigilance this turn, too. I still think we take it, but... okay. Take that! I have so much mana. I can cast Shadow Beast Sighting, and then flash it back in the same turn. Ugh. I mean, I have Bird Admirer, so these other flyers probably aren't going to kill me. So I probably need to block this stupid thing. This is going to be a long game. We hope. Because at this point, I think our best chance at winning is milling them out. Yeah, they can rumble with flyers. Those two can attack because, yeah, I don't have a big werewolf right now. I do now. I think Coven's a cool limited mechanic. So now that we have a werewolf, yeah, attacking is a lot harder. We're going to make 2 tokens again. Should I start attacking with my tokens? So the problem with attacking is that Dennick will die. And if Dennick dies, it turns into Dennick Pious Apparition, which will start generating absurd value for them. So I don't really think we should, unfortunately. I would love to attack. Like, these 4s are very real attackers on a board like this, but with Dennick over there, I don't think we can beat him transforming right now. So I think we're just going to double Shadow Beast Sighting. Oh, actually, we don't want to double because we don't really want to make it day. So, and there's no reason for us to make it day. Our opponent may be trying to make it day on their own, but we'll make them do it. I guess attacking with this would have been okay. Maybe next turn I will. What a wacky game this is. Yeah, I guess if I draw Turn the Earth, I might do it. But yeah, I don't think we want to attack with the Witch. They're at 9, we're at 12. If we draw Eccentric Farmer, I don't think we play them. I mean, oh no. Well, we just lost. They multi-kick Intrepid Adversary and make their whole board massive. Oh, yeah. The only way I could win here now is if they screw up really badly, but they're not going to. I think our deck is pretty legit, despite the 1-2 record. Like, our deck has played pretty well overall. It's felt good, even though we've lost, you know, if that makes any sense. Like, we did the things we wanted to in that game. Them interfering with our graveyard wasn't a whole lot of fun, but, you know. This is at least an interesting deck, if nothing else, since we're, like, weird green-white deck. Yeah, that whole game, they were like, I just really need to draw my adversary, and this game is over. It's funny, you know, when you know it's in your deck and your opponent doesn't. It's like, yeah, they're pretty much done. There's Turn the Earth. Not a great card to draw early, but it might do a thing. Pretty good chance, like, if they passed, they have flipped the switch. I guess if they passed, I would have drawn a card. Yeah, Blade Stitch Scob is a problem. I could Eccentric Farmer and leave up Turn the Earth. That's not terrible. The Farmer blocks on the ground pretty well right now. Yeah, we'll do that. We're going to take 3 in the air here. We would have liked that Bird Admirer, but, you know. Did I already say that? Kind of feels like I did. Opponent Collector. Okay. Flyer looks pretty good here. I mean, even though we don't have anything to exile, I think we still play it. Submit 0. You clipped the adversary beating me. It's rough. They're stuck on 3, I guess, huh? They may just pass the turn here and tap our Soul Guide Griff, but we probably draw a card if they let us do that. So... Okay. Yeah, they decided they're just going to get rid of the Griff. I think that makes sense. Yeah, that's not great news for us. Do I bother to attack here? Because at this point, trading seems kind of reasonable, and it would also let me play Search Party Captain and Morning Patrol. Because getting rid of Blade Stitch Scob makes a pretty big difference, and getting rid of Siege Zombie makes a really big difference. I guess I can just block with their 1/4. That seems likely, but... Okay, so... I guess we're just going to go with Shadow Beast Sighting. I'm not feeling great here. We're already down to 13. You know, that's not good. We can gain life with this, which could end up mattering. Sometimes, you know, your opponent will, like, kill you on their turn with the Siege Zombie, and if you're all of a sudden like, I gain life, that can make a difference, but we'll see. Okay, so they're changing time of day here, which means I might draw a card. Also means they tap a thing. That Silverbolt would have been nice. Ooh, Bird Admirer is welcome. So let's play Morning Patrol first. See if we can draw to flip the switch. Yeah, I mean, they didn't really... I mean, it's hard to draw one out in this situation because they're like, well, it can't block my flyers, so I don't really care. So if they have one, they might have waited to use it on Bird Admirer. That does change the time of day again, which means they can tap the Wing Shredder. But I think that's okay. I mean, I don't love it, but... You know, or they just have Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Yeah, we're just getting stomped. We be getting stomped. Our other games, I think, were all interesting and competitive, at least. This one, not so much. Okay. Still don't have a way to block that flyer. They can drain us for some significant life here. So So I guess we're going to rumble with our 4/4. Chances are really good they just take it, given the situation. Yeah. And then we play... I guess we got to find something, so playing Search Party Captain to draw makes some sense. Oh, there's Clear Shot. But we're in a situation where it's like, well, if I kill the flyer, they can kill me with Siege Zombie, but I guess they're going to kill me faster if I don't kill the Abomination here. So I guess we probably kill the Abomination and let them keep the zombie. I think we go for it now. It's less likely they can interact, and especially because of Ward. There aren't very many things that could stop this from working for Gavany Dawnguard, because Defenestrate won't work right now because of Ward. So I think that, yeah, we go for it to kill the Abomination. Even Startle won't do it because it gets a stats boost, so it'll be a 2/4. So it'll still win the fight. But we have to find something to kill Siege Zombie now, which is far from guaranteed. Seems like they have something. I just don't know what it is that they could use in response to this. Startle won't work. Bounce. Oh, there is Bounce spell that could work. Luckily, they don't have it, though. So that buys us a little time. Turn the Earth will also buy us a little time. I may end up just casting it, shuffling back in like... Oh, good. That's great. Now another creature to worry about. Especially because it can make itself a flyer. Yeah. Okay. Just when I thought we didn't need to worry anymore. Okay, so I guess we attack with our 4/4 again. I mean, chances are good that they block and like make Bait Hook Angler a problem, but I don't know how else we win this game against Siege Zombie. I mean, we have to keep rumbling. So yeah, they can exile, and then this will become a flyer. Yeah, that'll pretty much kill us, actually. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop that. Even, like, hitting something really good with Eccentric Farmer wouldn't do the job. So I think we definitely kill Blade Stitch Scob. It doesn't give them a flyer, for one thing. And it weakens their zombies for another. They can, of course, just make a copy. Oh, God. Blue-black, man. Blue-black. Alright, so, yeah, we're dead. Even if we hit... I guess if we hit our blob here and a swamp... No, we're still dead, but that would be fun. We didn't do it. We did not do it. Okay, so we'll play Hound Tamer. Leave up Turn the Earth mana to maybe make something happen, but I think we're just dead. So yeah, they drop us here to 4. It would have been really funny to reanimate our blob there, just for fun. Yeah, I mean, you know, Blue-Black is really good, and we ran into good versions of it, but I do think this deck underperformed. I think it was really cool, and I wish we'd done better with it because of silly Eccentric Farmer, Blob, Flashback things that we're doing. But yeah, they just make that into a flyer. We can actually survive. No, we can't. We can't survive. We're going to freak them out, though. And we'll submit 0. And we lose. Cool deck. Didn't really deliver in terms of its record, but it was a cool deck. if nothing else. If nothing else, it was cool. And we got to do our thing once with our blob, at least. When you make a cool deck and you don't get to do it, the thing that you made the deck for, and you do poorly record-wise, it's not very much fun.